From the beach to the bridge, Cam Reddin on the Shire's local radio station, 2SSR 99.7.
Coming up to 19 minutes past 4, well, we all want to do our own little bit for the environment, and if we can at the same time, it's always nice to shave a couple of dollars off our energy bill every month. The problem is that some of the better fridges and TVs and those sort of appliances, the ones that are more energy efficient, tend to be among the most expensive appliances in the house. It's often the cheaper or the older ones that chew through all the energy, they cost you a fortune, and they do the environment no favours in the process. But unfortunately, the better appliances, the ones that are more energy efficient, tend to be just simply out of reach for some people. Earlier this week, the state government announced a subsidy for low-income households looking to switch their fridge or their TV to one that is more energy efficient. $4 million has been allocated from the government's Home Energy Action Plan and is designed to improve access for low-income households towards energy-saving appliances, particularly fridges and TVs. Now, replacing an inefficient fridge, according to the figures here, could wipe around $200 a year off a household's energy bill, and replacing an older TV could save that household around $125 a year. Mark Speakman is the Environment Minister. He's the member for the Shire seat of Cronulla as well. He announced the scheme yesterday down in Caringbah, and he's good enough to join me on the line now. Minister, thanks for your time.
Hi Cam, how are you?
Very well, great to have you this afternoon. Energy bills are very crippling for a lot of people at the moment, particularly with fridges, TVs being some of the main culprits. Around 20,000 low-income households expected to take up this offer. I imagine this announcement would come to be a massive relief for some people.
Well, look, I hope so. I think it's great news for the environment, and it's great news for low-income households who face crippling energy bills. 20,000 low-income households taking this up, we think that's the equivalent of removing 2,800 cars from the road in terms of greenhouse gas emissions. And the energy that will be saved is about the energy that an average 1,800 houses will use. And for those who are on low incomes and are eligible, as you said in the opening, about $200 a year saved through fridge replacement, and if it's TV replacement, about $125 a year.
Which is a significant amount for a lot of people, particularly if we are talking about the likes of pensioners, possibly people who are on veterans' pensions or old age pensions as well, disability pensions. $200, if you add that up with a TV and a fridge, around $325. That is a considerable amount off the energy bill each year.
Well, it is, but unfortunately the problem is for a lot of low-income householders, they can't afford the new appliances, so that although they might save in the long run, they can't afford the upfront capital cost. So this is a 40 to 50% subsidy. It's a 40% subsidy for old, inefficient fridges, a 50% subsidy for TVs to overcome that upfront cost and save people money in the long run.
Around $4 million set aside for this. Do we expect that to be taken up rather quickly?
Well, that's an allocation for this financial year. We're pretty confident that'll see us through most of the financial year, and it's part of a $26 million program for home energy action. We've got a stream that is retrofitting community housing, and there's more on solar PV that we're going to roll out a bit later.
It's currently just fridges and TVs that come under this program. How far could this possibly expand going into the future? I'm thinking of things like washing machines that are notorious for chewing through energy, and particularly you look at those energy efficient ones, could cost almost twice as much as the more purchasable ones, I suppose, more affordable ones that really go through energy like wildfire.
Well, look, it could be expanded in the future, but at the moment, it's one step at a time. We want to see how this program works.
Absolutely. Should there be a strong take-up of this, I imagine there'd be some significant benefits for the environment as well, not just from a selfish point of view of looking at the energy bill every year.
Well, that's right. As I mentioned, we think that the greenhouse gases we'll save will be about 2,800 cars off the road. And the power that's saved is about 1,800 average households. So we've set ourselves a target as a government by 2020 to reduce energy consumption in New South Wales by 20% compared with business as usual.
Which is around 16,000 gigawatts, is that right?
16,000 gigawatt hours, compared with 2011. So this is a small part of that program.
And that remains a reachable goal, you think?
Oh, I think so. We'll be announcing some more programs in the not-too-distant future to get to that goal by 2020.
Fantastic. We'll keep an ear out for those. Now, you announced this program down at the Good Guys at Caringbah yesterday. I do have a soft spot for the Good Guys. I should say no affiliation with the program, but they were very good to me earlier in the year when I needed a bit of a hand after I was in hospital, so always happy to give a good word for the guys down there. They are the retail partner of this program. What exactly is their involvement in this?
Well, they really we put it out for a competitive tender.
Mm-hmm.
They come up with the best bid. They're offering an end-to-end solution, supplying the appliances, and also picking up and removing the old products as well. So we've got a two like-for-like scheme going. So if you buy an appliance through the Good Guys, they will pick up and remove free of charge for recycling 2 fridges or 2 TVs, as the case may be.
Wonderful. Now, I'm sure some of my listeners would be eligible for this subsidy if they think that they tick all the boxes there. What sort of things should they be doing to look to get involved?
Well, ring up the Good Guys on 1300 601 795. That's 1300 601 795. Or if they want to go online, tinyurl.com /HEA appliances.
Excellent, and we'll make sure all those details go up on the website and the Facebook page as well. Look, it's a good start. It's certainly going in that direction. Look forward to seeing how this all goes, and I think the message to take away from this really is that once we are now looking in a society that we're so reliant on, pretty much everything we do is reliant on technology. I'm just looking around the studio here, and there's about 16 different screens all pointing at me. So I think it's good to see that we're at least making steps in moving people towards things that are more energy efficient. And I suppose that certainly in the long term, you would hope that every household would be relying on things that are far more energy efficient, and it would ultimately, I guess, be far more affordable.
Well, that's right. And look, the easiest way to cut greenhouse gases, I think, is through energy efficiency, and it's a win-win. It's a win for the environment, and it's a win for people's hip pockets as well.
Absolutely. So that number again for the Good Guys, 1300 601 795. We'll make sure those details go up on the website. Environment Minister Mark Speakman, member for Cronulla as well. Looks like a very promising plan. Look forward to seeing how it all goes out. I appreciate your time this afternoon.
Thanks for having me on, Cameron.
Thanks, Mark. That's Mark Speakman, Minister for the Environment, also local member for Cronulla. So good news there. And I think it is the day and age that we're all looking at our back pocket as well as trying to look out for the environment around us. We're always told that it's our responsibility, and at least we're looking at implementing schemes now that take the environment into account, but not just taking that into account, but they also bring the environment to us and make it easier. So there we go. Coming up to 4:30 on 2SSR. Always appreciate the time that Mark Speakman is giving to the program.
Cam Reddin on the Shire's local radio station, 2SSR 99.7.